Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Trill, the Phenomenal Man. Welcome back to my part 29 of my walk and talk. Today is a beautiful day. Every day is a beautiful day, like always. But today, the sun is not all the way out. It's just right. Man, these past few weeks, man, I was just exhausted, man. I'm still exhausted. Like I said, man, y'all don't know what's going on, what's taking place in the spiritual realm, in the world, period. If you feeling the way how I'm feeling, drained, listen, a lot of things is taking up. Your body is taking up. Well, it's getting prepared for the new energy that's transitioning through your body, man. That's why you can be feeling like you're drained, exhausted. You don't want to do anything, but you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You just feeling like you just drained. You ain't got the energy to move. You ain't got the energy to think. But want y'all go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe to the video. Let me know what y'all thoughts are. But today we gonna get into the message, man. What I want to speak about is that I'm really referring this to the men, to the guys out there. When you reach a certain level, when you reach a certain type of success, and especially when you get money, you know that you're gonna have a lot of things thrown at you, especially these beautiful women. But the worst thing that can happen and can destroy you from your progress, from your work, from the things that you build, is being sexually undisciplined. If you can't seem to get your work done or do business without interacting with these pretty women, with these beautiful women that that you can't let slip by you, and you gotta make your move, to try to holler at every female or whatever that you see that looks good, that have something going on for themselves, and want to sleep around. Man, that's the worst thing you can do. Because that all of that does, that falls back on lust. But if you ain't sexually disciplined, man, it's gonna affect you. As you can see, that's one of the main reasons why men fail, is because women, just want to be involved with women when they reach a type of level of success. When they have a certain type of money that they have and can do whatever. And it can happen. It definitely can happen. It definitely happened to me plenty of times. But it was a way that how it happened to me, you know. It was a way what I was doing to actually engage with different females, you know. Not saying that I want to say that some of the things that I went through when I had money was that my heart was just in the wrong place, in a place that helping the wrong people out. And by me helping the wrong people out and seeing that this specific type of female that I know that, or maybe that I see something in her, she can do, then, why not stick around with her to help her out, while I'm doing my thing, and while I'm continuing to do my thing, and trying to build something, and I came across a lot of things that was affecting me. It's like that I had to look a certain type of way, dress a certain type of way. I had to do certain things to make them feel happy in a way. Just buying little things from, here and there, and not knowing that I was using more of my heart along with the money that I had towards the wrong females, towards the wrong people. And and it always turn out to be those relationships don't last long. It always turn out to be something that happened. Like I can say that I can say that it was like a circle that I was going around. Every relationship that I was in, I see that I was the one. It was me choosing the wrong females. I was choosing the wrong females. I was overlooking and trying to paint this image that I seen what this person could turn out to be, but they never did. It was something that I wrote down too as well in my book. But the people who, what I wrote, the people who you see let me see. First impressions is real. It tells you who the person is. But don't try to make that person out to be something that they are not. If they're already showing you who they are, then don't stick around. Don't try to win them over with your wallet. Don't try to win them over with your pockets. It don't matter how cool y'all are. If y'all not connecting on a level that what y'all supposed to be connected on, and it's not gonna last, then there's no need to try to win that person over with your money, with your pockets. because it will not last long. You will think that this person is using you when really it's you. Really, it's the men pushing that out there to the females, and really got and really mess up their the way they think, the way their minds are, because that if you'd have settled that from the beginning and not go all the way through with it, then this female right here wouldn't, this female won't even take it that far with you. You won't be able to take it that far with her if you would have left that alone from the beginning. So I say that it's just really most of the men like push that stuff out there towards the females who really don't deserve it. I'm talking about the ones who don't deserve it. I'm not talking about the females that's got something going on for themselves and doing what they're supposed to, and just really working towards and getting things on their own and becoming the best version of themselves as well, to have what they want, to do what they want. I'm not talking about those females. I'm talking about the female that already been showing you these flags, and you stick along to go with them for maybe a couple of years or so, when really that's overboard. That's overdoing it. And just to clear that up, it's a lot of guys out there doing that, because I was one of them, because my heart was just in a way of not knowing and looking at the bigger picture of things, seeing it for what it was, instead of trying to paint this image of how it could turn out to be. When y'all not connecting on a level, when y'all not connecting on the same energy or whatever, it will never work, because that person thoughts, that person's mind is totally different from what you have planned or what you see in the future that can maybe work out with the both of you. That person don't see. That person have a poverty mindset, just want to be stuck, just looking for hands out, just trying to win over everybody. They're trying to get over everybody or whatever. Those are the type of females. But like I said, it wouldn't turn out to be that if you wouldn't go that further. You won't go further with that person. You won't go further with that person and actually have to go through that. But for the men, if you're sexually undisciplined and if you got things going on and you get to this certain level, and if you've seen these beautiful women, man, that keep popping up, that's a sign. Those are tests. They are letting you know. Those are signs from God. Those are signs from the devil, letting you know that it's testing you, because I'm going through the test. It's nothing that I'm not going through or have experienced that I won't, actually tell y'all, or either put this message out there. But these are tests to see if you can actually wait on your spouse, because that will be the best thing for marriage, or whatever you thinking, or whatever, if you believing in marriage or whatever, find a woman that you can settle down with, and ladies, find a man that you can settle down with as well. But I'm mostly speaking about the guys, because I can only speak from a guy's point of view, from what I experienced, because I was busy putting my heart and my money first place, instead of thinking the way how I was supposed to, instead of using my wisdom the way how I was supposed to. But I had the wisdom, trust and believe I had it, but I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know how to activate it, in certain situations, and they lead me to self-destruction. It really lead me to kicking myself and faulting myself, and all of these things that I had to go through to learn to see that who is really for you. They show you from the beginning, but it's like you just want to continue on because of the sex good, or what you think the beauty on the outside good. You want to continue on to keep pushing with this person, but really what this person mindset is like, what their character, what personality do they really have, what are they working towards in life, what are they trying to build. If that person ain't showing you the steps of building or trying to have something that's going to last forever, then they don't need to stick around and be around that person. That's why a lot of cases, crimes be going on. That's why a lot of relationships be breaking up, households falling apart. It's because that you're not meant to be with that person, but you steady forcing things. Sexually undisciplined. You're really in it just because of the beauty on the outside. The ladies, for the women, it can go for the same thing for the men. You only seeing the beauty on the outside, the good on the outside of a man. But what's on the inside? You're not really focused on the inside. You focus on the outside, what he can bring, what he can provide. You're only worrying about the money, how he's going to take care of you, how he's going to support you. But what are you bringing to the table? And like I said, all of this falls back on lust. And that's a sinful way to go out. Lust, and it's real. If you can just wait and hold on, God know everything. He know what you're going through. He know when you feeling like that you need a like you sexually active, like you ready to be with somebody or whatever, to please yourself. He knows all of that stuff. But that's why I say it's a good thing to go to him about these things. It's a good thing to go to him about these things so that you can actually help yourself and help other people as well. Because with you helping other people, you won't put other people involved just because on how you feel or what you want temporary. You just want things so quick and fast, you can't wait. And that's why shortcuts of things like this always lead to a road of destruction. That's why it always leads to a road of roadblocks, and everything just shut down. Things don't work out. Things will never work out if it's not meant to be, you know. But I hope y'all understand what I was saying, understand the message. You know, when you're sexually undisciplined, men, and you just want to you see every bad female, whatever you think bad on the outside, you see every beautiful woman, and you just want to, holler, get the number or whatever, and try to, go and try to get at them. You're gonna get what you ask for. And I grew up like this, man. Trust and believe. I grew up trying to compete of being with the most females, trying to get the most females, trying to sleep with the most females. I grew up like that. It runs in my family. It runs in the family, and that's not a good thing. But I'm coming here to express that, and for you to see what I'm seeing, and for you to understand what I'm telling you, because people just think that, you ain't getting none. You ain't I had a cousin that asked me, you ain't getting none or whatever, man. Like listen, that's the last thing should be on your mind when you're in the come up, and knowing this is the main downfall. That been the main downfall of you in the first place. Why you worrying about sleeping with different females when you ain't learn your lessons from the females that already catching you cheating, already coming through, trying to damage your car, trying to damage your house, making a scene outside. I mean, like, and it stops your progress from it stops your progress for you to move even further, to try to get your money, to try to build what you're trying to build. How you can build something when you're sleeping around with different multiple women? How can you build something and wishing to have this dream girl, this dream woman or whatever, female, and you still sleeping around with different multiple women when you're still sexually undisciplined? How that make sense? Okay, you wanna get your rocks off the next day or the same day. How that makes you feel when you still ain't got nothing to gain out of it? What that bring you? Did that bring you any type of? Did that bring you a new business to start up? Did that bring you any money to bring in? Was that a source of income coming in or whatever? Did that help you? Did that even help you mentally or spiritually at all? It didn't. It really didn't. But those the type of people, when you grew up around and been in this type of environment, that it's still this mindset that they have, and thinking that it will always be this way. They always been this way, and it will always be this way. And that's not how things work. You got dudes that still wanna do what they want. I mean, it's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, they always screaming about, and if I can have me If I can just get what I dream of, I'll be straight. If I can get the things what my heart desire, I will be okay. How? When you still doing the same things, when you ain't trying to straighten up, when you still showing that you're not changing, when literally you showing God that this is, you telling him this is what you want to settle for. You settling for the things that what you can get right then, fast. And when that's not how he operates. That is really what he's showing you. That is not how he operates. You can be screaming about these things, the things that you want, what you're dreaming of, but the actions that you're showing is still, you still lying to yourself. You still doing the same old, doing the same old things. You're still being the same person from 10 years ago, but you want this. You want the best things that you can possibly have. It don't make sense at all. And I had to learn that on my journey. I tell y'all no lie, man, since I was 16 on up, 16 through 22, I slept with so many females. Now, this is the honest truth. I slept with so many females. Now, like I said, after I changed my life when I was 22 years old, I only been with two females in a relationship since the last past 8 years. Since the last past 8 years, I only been with two females. Now that tell you that I was celibate since the first part when I changed my life around. I moved to a different city. I was celibate for about a year. People were shocked when I told them that. After that year, I was in a relationship for about a year. It didn't work out because I was still figuring things out as I was going along on my new journey. After her, I was celibate for about, I want to say a year and a half. About a year again. And and after that 2.5, maybe about 2.5 year relationship, and that was the last relationship that I've been in. That just ended recently, not recently, but I can say around like 2023 or so, at the end of 2023, somewhere between there, in the middle of the end. And after that, I was still celibate. Now, this walk that I was walking on, this journey that I was on, it was teaching me and showing me a whole lot. Even though how bad I wanted to get with females, I still had a few females, to try to give me their numbers recently, outside what I'm doing. That was a test. I know that I'm not going to spend my life with them. Those was like one night, not to be rude or disrespectful, but I'm telling you honestly, those was like one night stands, and I was not going for it. Because what good that's going to make me when I'm on my journey trying to get myself together, when I'm living out of my car, and I got the nerve to be trying to go after a one night stand when I'm trying to build. When I got so close with God that I'm not trying to look back on none of that stuff anymore. You know, this is like my third time going on a celibate, how you say it, celibacy or whatever, however you say it. This is my third time going on the street, and this will be my last time trying to. This will be my last time getting with a female that I know it won't work out for me. Now things happen in life. Not saying it's a promise, but this will be my last time that I know, that I think for sure that this thing will not turn out like the last relationships. Since the last two relationships in the last past 8 years. I'm 30 now. I might don't look like it, but I'm 30 years old. I turned 30 in October. You know, I got a birthday coming up again this year. But it might don't look like it. But I had my tests to keep coming at me, to try to test me. It was tempting. That was the temptation, you know, of it. You know, it was very tempting. But you know, I passed those tests. But it's going to continue on to keep going until you really get it out of you completely. You know, until God really see that you're still not yearning for these things and trying to hold piece of these things a part of you to try to carry along while you walking with Him. So that's how things are going. That's how things operating. That's how things work. You know, I didn't really want to make this video too long, but anyways, it's a message to get put out there for the people that really needed to hate us, to really to understand what it really meant for this type of message, because a lot of people are lost. Period. You know, they think just doing that and being that way makes them a Superman. You know, it really makes them think that sleeping with multiple females make them a Superman. When really you don't need multiple females. You just need one woman, one great woman will God send you. One godly woman will God send you, and that's your everything. It's in the Bible. I don't know which scripture, you know, but it's in the Bible. Those who know what I'm speaking and know what I'm talking about. But may God bless y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. May y'all continue on to do so. Like I said, these videos are going to get better and better each and every day. You know, while I'm posting, as the days go by, and want y'all stay up, keep praying, and you know, like I said, I'll see y'all in the next video.